Hey guys, it has been a while. I apologize. Anna came home one day super sick, and I got it from her. And we've been kind of passing it back and forth the last 2 weeks. I'm still not feeling that great, but I have my voice back, and that means I can finally record stuff again. So I figured I would show you what I've been doing to kind of cope with this sickness. So I was just laying on the couch one day, and decided that I wanted to do something. I cannot just lay there half asleep, not able to sleep. So I decided to play Minecraft on my Switch, and kinda got hooked on it again. And it kinda led to a lot of things happening. This was the first world that I worked on. This is actually with me and Anna. So you can see back here, I have this like farm area. And I got a little addicted to bees. We're in a plains biome, so it was easy to find these. As long as you get Silk Touch, you can just chop them down while the bees are inside of it, and you can collect the bees that way. Got a large farm going on back here, which really lags out the Switch. The Switch was not made for, you know, an army of chicken. I have way too many chickens. My obsession kind of grew from here. So this was kind of the first idea to kind of start, try out the new beekeeping thing, make my house out of honeycomb. I ended up building the main parts of my house underground, as you saw earlier, and I kind of ended up building this, mostly from destroying abandoned villages that I found that had a lot of mossy cobblestone. I was able to build a fancy looking bedroom. It's missing some carpet and stuff still. My horribly organized chest room. Like, you think this would be fairly organized, but it is not. It is just randomly thrown around. I have got to get better with this. But this was kind of my first dive back into the game after not playing it for a while. And it led to me deciding that I wanted to play back on PC, on Java Edition like I usually do, to try and work on a bigger project. I also apologize, don't have a face cam on right now. It will be on in the next part. For some reason, my computer did not want to capture my Switch and my camera at the same time. Oh yeah, the best part is this giant tower. Anna still questions why I built this. I still question why I built that. You can't even get into it from the surface. It's solid all the way around. You have to go underground. And then if you go into my enchanting room area, go to the left, you'll end up in the tower. I kind of just ended up with a lot of netherrack while trying to get a bunch of glowstone and some quartz. And I was like, what am I gonna do with all this netherrack? I don't need this. So I figured I would build a giant ugly red tower and just keep adding on to it as I get more and more netherrack. But I also haven't played in this world for a while, so this might be the tallest this tower ever gets. God, I regret not building staircases. I hate jumping all the way up this. I kind of ran out of glowstone on the way. Well, actually, I had glowstone for most of the tower. I destroyed it so I could add it, other places, because I don't really need this tower to take priority with all my glowstone. So yeah, this is what I've been doing on the couch between sleeping over the last 2 weeks or so. But then, as I started to feel better, I eventually switched over to Java Edition. And I was able to sit at my computer for longer periods of time as opposed to just laying in bed or laying on the couch. So we're gonna switch over to that. Alright, so welcome to my first Minecraft world that I started on Java. Now, this is obviously not my first one ever. The first one since I started getting sick and getting back into Minecraft. This was a little experiment that I started on, and I have not gotten anywhere near finished yet. My goal, quite obviously, is to drain this ocean temple and basically make it into a secondary home. I was able to drain the inside. It took freaking forever. But if we head down here, we did manage to drain out the entirety of the inside of this place. I'm sure I might have missed a little pocket here or there, but man, it made things so much faster just to drain this out first, get it out of the way, before I started working on the dome around the actual temple itself. So if you're wondering why that nether portal is here, let me show you guys a really useful trick. So if you take these sponges and start draining water, obviously now it is a wet sponge, and you would have to normally put it inside of a furnace in order to... Normally you would have to put it inside of a furnace in order to make it dry again. But there's a little trick. I believe it was added in 1.15. I'm pretty sure it was from the newest update. instead of having to use furnaces and waste all of your coal and your time, you can just go into the nether, and if you place your wet sponge in the nether, it's dry. It is so much easier than trying to throw all of these inside of furnaces and waiting for them all to dry. I can just build a tower of them here in the nether to dry them out, then go back and get back to drying out the temple itself. It saved me unbelievable amounts of time. Also, I haven't gotten all the gold out of here yet. I really haven't bothered. But we're gonna head back to my actual house now. Where is the exit? I don't have a quick way to get back to the house, as I did set my spawn here. So I get to run all the way back. So I will see you guys here in a minute. In case you guys are wondering, it is only like 1,300 blocks away, so it's honestly not that bad getting back and forth between my house and this place. Of course, later I'll eventually build a nether portal entrance to get back and forth to make it quicker if I want to actually build stuff there. But I really don't know what I'm going to do with it after I dry it out, because I already have my house going pretty strong. I'd really hate to have to move everything after all that I've done. So I think when we were on our way back to the house, I might have just now found another temple that is even closer to my house. Oh my god. You have to be kidding me. And thanks to that ice block, it would be even easier to dry out. There is a temple closer to my house, and I went an extra 1,000 blocks away to get to one. Alright, well, too late now. This temple gets to stay as is. Alright, so we are finally back at my house. And, okay, well, first off, we've had a pillager problem. I like to place their flags where I killed them, but then I ended up finding a pillager tower and killed a lot, so I just kind of randomly scattered their flags around as a warning to all their brothers. All of this had to be terraformed down. As you can see over there, that mountain was insane. So this is the house itself, and you can tell I built it for looks because it is not functional at all. Like, this is where I had to have my furnaces and my chests, and it has just been a disaster. So I started working on building it up underground instead, and slowly moving all my stuff down there to make my life easier. I plan on trying to breed every animal in the game. Currently, all I have are pigs. Now, the goal is every animal and every crop, everything that can be grown and breeded. We have a few pigs. I originally wanted to do pigs and carrots, so that way I could have a good source of food by killing the pigs. But I haven't killed any pigs yet, I've just been surviving off of the carrots themselves. But I have developed a pretty interesting little system. So if we go and kill some of these little piggies... I'm sorry guys, I know I've let you live for so long, but it's time for the slaughtering grounds. Alright, so now that we've killed our piggies, we got 22 raw pork chops. Throw them down here in this hopper, and then we can run over here to our carrot farm. So normally you would come over here, of course they haven't all fully grown yet. You would come over here, destroy your carrots, replant them, all that fun stuff. Then you just come here to the center and throw them out those half slabs. This is our pig farm. Anything that you drop falls into the hoppers, goes through that furnace, and comes out here as cooked pork chop. Then our carrot farm goes from those half slabs down to hoppers and down to our carrot chests, which are getting kind of full. So the whole idea is that all of our farms are not going to be automatic. I don't want to do the automatic thing and take the actual work out of it. This world is literally called the farmlands for a reason. But the whole point is that eventually I can have all of these underground chambers leading to where all of my crops and my, animal meats and stuff go down to. But I cannot stress enough how long I've spent in this world, because all of this was like hills and basically mountains, and it just tore it all out. It has been a ridiculous effort. Originally, when I built my house, this was my first mine right here. This was up against the lip of the hill. So this right here, well, is where the hill began. It has not been fun, honestly. Like, it was the most boring part of this world, was just digging all this out. But I was sick, underneath a blanket, sitting at my computer with nothing better to do. Because I couldn't make videos, I had no voice, I had no energy. I actually did play a game, got it all recorded, and I actually edited together almost the entirety of the video for you guys. And then I went through and watched what I had made, and it was just so bad. I can't put that out there. It wasn't entertaining. Even people who will watch my content, no matter how bad it is, wouldn't enjoy it at all. So it's being scrapped. Anyways, we have this system here, and there's a very good purpose for these minecarts. First off, this one just leads you over and jumps back onto that first track. We have our iron farm. No, okay. Well, that happens sometimes. Goodbye, cart. So, I had a lot of issues here. So I copied this iron farm design, obviously not come up with my own. Also, the zombie is gone right now. That happens because I set it for peaceful, just so I could show you guys and stuff. So the zombie's gone, the farm isn't working right now. But I had the dumb idea to build it in this village. She's like, hey, the villagers are already here. It'd be easier to lead them up to the beds with minecarts if it's in the village already. I won't need as many rails. Yeah, the iron golems were spawning everywhere. I had to tear down this mountain, so that way they would stop spawning up there. Then, for some reason, they just started spawning down here. So I glassed the whole thing, so that the iron golems would stop spawning, not, you know, in the iron farm itself. But we finally got it functional. And if you guys don't know how this kind of iron farm works, it's really simple. I can link a video down below. This is where it all leads to. And then I have my auto fisher hooked up in here, so I can just go AFK while I go to bed for the night, do my auto fishing while the iron farm is running. It makes things so much easier to do both at once. But then you guys might be wondering, why do I have these like double tracks like this? Well, whenever I'm trying to transport things from my auto fisher or from my iron farm, I can only store so much stuff in my inventory. So I just put a minecart with a chest in it, throw all the stuff from the iron farm in there, hit that lever, then I hop on this one, and jump onto that track, head back to my house, it broke. What would normally happen is our cart would stop there, the cart with the chest in it would stop here, and we could gather all the stuff out of it. Apparently, if I forget to grab my cart and I leave it there, it just sends it all flying back, which totally ruins the entire idea. But I haven't had any issues until now, so now I know what my problem is. Man, I am such a professional. I left my ringtone up like all the way. So this road still has a lot of work to go. I do want to build a wall along this. I could try to terraform it to make it look natural, but I don't know how good I would be at that. That's not really a skill of mine, especially not being in creative. If I was in creative, it wouldn't be that bad to try and terraform and make it look natural. But I might just build a wall to kind of signify the end of my property here. But then we move on to the real project. So, during this time, I was informed that a good friend of mine and kinda sorta former video editor, he still does some stuff, Akel Says, started working on a server. And we worked on that for the majority of the time that I had been sick. This whole world and the whole Switch world were done over the course of about 4 or 5 days. The rest of it, for about a week and a half, give or take, was all put into this server that I'm about to show you guys. Alright guys, so welcome to the Calscraft or Moosecraft server. Cal still hasn't quite come up with a name for it yet. I think he called it Moosecraft on the server name, but it says Moocraft here and Calscraft on the server name thing. Yeah, we've spent a while on this. Now obviously we were doing it in creative. This world wasn't built in survival. But we have a full town going. Our main hub is obviously this giant tower that we actually just finished building, I think 2 days ago now. We were up until 6 o'clock in the morning building this tower. It took, oh, there was Cal. It took forever to do. We have quite a few interesting things going on here. Again, the server is still in the works. It technically went live the other day. but it's not quite open to the public. When it does go open to the public, I will be leaving a link for the IP down below, but as of right now, it's not quite there yet. We still have to get some permissions figured out. We had like 6 or 7 players in the other night, but that was kind of like a one-off, and it was really good for testing things. But we do have a map of the whole area here. So we have all of our gates, northeast, south, and west gate. We have a marketplace, which is fully ran by the players. We have Cal's house there, my house here, and of course, me and Cal are actually playing in survival for our playthroughs. We had to obviously do creative to build this kind of crap. So as of right now, the bank is not up and running, but we do have the building itself ready to go. Okay, not quite. We're missing some buttons there. We actually built this right before we went live with it the other night. So getting the actual bankers and stuff set up isn't quite there yet. Players can actually set up their own shops here, like my shop I have going right now, which is mostly selling bee-related items. Players set up their own shops in order to exchange things for emeralds through these NPCs. It's actually pretty neat. Understand, guys, I am not experienced in servers. I have ran my own server before, and I've worked on this one. But as far as playing on servers, I haven't done a whole lot of that before. So this is my personal house, which we do have land claims set up. I grab my stick here. Well, that's not a stick. See, like, the borders of the land claim. Head downstairs. I'm kind of working on building a, like, storage down here. I don't have too much going on myself. The most of what I have is our bee farm here, which I have been working way too much on. And we're having some issues with the server right now, where animals just disappear when the server gets reset. So my bees have died quite a few times. I think they're all dead right now, because there's no honey and no bees. We have my whole farm going on back here, because we do have full jobs in this server. So my job is actually a farmer, as you can see here in chat. And then we have Phantom as a woodcutter, and I believe Cal is also a woodcutter. But yeah, this server has been insane to get set up. We have done so much work on it, and it has been literally our whole everything over the last 2 weeks. I mean, we've built like little things like this hole in the wall bar. I can't English. That player we're offering to sell to a player, so I can actually set up a shop in here. We have houses all along the city. Of course, more are still yet to come. We don't have all the houses placed yet, but we have houses all along the city that players can actually buy out from us. So obviously, most players can't destroy things within this property. But if you buy one of these houses that we've built, you can actually edit the house, tear it all down and rebuild it, whatever you want to, in order to have your own house within the city walls itself. So on top of all this, we have my favorite thing in this whole server, aside from the forge, which just makes me happy. If you head down here to the north gate, you'll see this big fancy building. Now, in case you guys haven't realized yet, I am a bee. My whole thing is bee related. So this is the Cowboy Bebop Gentlemen's Club. Why did I hear a zombie? Anyways, in the Cowboy Bebop bar, Moo Bastion is not selling anything as of yet, but if you come over here to Buzz, Buzz can get you buzzed these forget-me shots, which is the best part of this server. So we're gonna go explore upstairs. So here's our non-erotic pole that we put here. There's not supposed to be anything on that pole. Please ignore this. Don't you guys love the forget me shot? It makes life great. There we go. It only lasts 30 seconds. Now, of course, we have had Easter eggs all around this world. Most players will not want to live here within the walls. I'm sure that a certain amount will want to. But at every directional, every coordinate, north, south, east, and west, we have a gate that leads straight out of the town, and you can start your building anywhere from outside the gates. So, when the server goes live, I hope to see a lot of you guys here. We do have villages and stuff right outside of some of these gates, which is kind of insane. I think there are like 3 villages all just bordering on our gates here. So this has been how I have been coping with being sick for the last 2 weeks. It has really sucked because I just started really hard on YouTube and trying to focus on it really strong. And then I get sick and I lose my voice and I can't do anything. So as depressed as I was about that, I'm happy we were able to get this built because this has been so much fun. I'm ready for the server to go fully public. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye.